Graduation themed goodies. Let's go. Hello, my crafty friends. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have some wonderful Amazon goodies that I've been waiting on, and we're gonna make some more graduation cards. This beautiful die, very intricate, and it's got the scoring, so it's going to be folded. And I think I figured out how to use this. I had a Mother's Day one that I had never seen before, didn't know how to use, but I watched a video on YouTube, which is what we're good for. And so I think we're going to have a wonderful card here. This was a little bit smaller than I expected. See how tiny that is? But it's very cute. And then I have this really cool embossing folder. We're going to use pattern paper that I already have. This is from Reminiscence, called Graduation Day. And then this is my Echo Park Paper Company 6x6 paper pad. I showed this to you last year. And then I have some, this is going to be my matting for my embossing folder. And I'm going to do this in several different colors. My alma mater was green and white. So I'm going to be making a green one for sure, and then probably a blue one. So let's get started. I have my die cut machine here, and I pulled out some blue and some green scraps. Okay, most of the pieces stayed in the die, so that's awesome. And this is very, very cool. All you do is fold the edges. And then I'll do a blue one. I have to pick out all the pieces though. I have these stars that I'm going to be able to use for decoration. How cool is that? I'm going to cut this down because it's a little bit too wide to go in my machine. This one's a little bit harder for some reason. There we go. Okay. Oops, no. Gotta get it right on the edges. Let me poke out the blue stars. So I have those. Cool. Now I'm going to go ahead and make these cards first. Let's see, these are, I cannot use the embossing folder because these are going to be horizontal. And so I'm going to have to use a sheet out of here because these are all cut portrait style. Trying to decide on a good piece here. Good. There's one. And two. Now, because it's horizontal, I'm going to cut the bigger measurement first. That would be 5 1/4. And then 4, because it's directional. Like so. Let's see. I think the matting goes behind it, so we will cut this a little bit smaller. I want to get this to fit just a hair more. Like so. How cool is that? I'm going to make this a little bigger than 5 1/4 by 4. So it will cover up most of the card. Oh, let's see. That right in the middle. I'm going to put this behind the pattern paper because that's what this one lady did in the video. And then you put it on the matting, like so. trying to decide. I'm going to do both of them. I'm going to use my glue. Now this is just going to be plain, but that's okay. We have plenty of decoration. I'm going to use my snail. We're going to put the sentiment up here, and I'm going to use a plain piece of white. And we're going to stamp. This is a set that I've had for several years from Technique Tuesday. And we're doing blue, so I think I'll stamp in blue. Night of Navy. It's a little light there. I need to re-ink it. There. Let's see if that will fit. It goes over just a little bit, but that's all right. We'll put it in the corner, and I think that will be fine. And since we've got our stamping stuff out, let's stamp the inside. If you know me, if you've been on this with this channel very long, I like to stamp the inside of my cards first so that I don't mess up a perfectly good card by putting the front on and then messing up the inside, because I can always turn it over. So shall we go? Way to go, or you did it? Way to go. And then I'll put the stars inside for decoration. Okay, put that on the front. Now, we could do some gold here. I think that'd be cool. My Nouveau drops. This is pale gold. Okay, there is that card. I'm not going to open it back up because I have the Nouveau drops on, but there's the first card. Let's measure this. That is 5 inches exactly. So 5 by 3 3/4. Perfect. And this is non-directional, so it doesn't matter. Like so. And make another card base. Go ahead and stamp this one. I'm using shaded spruce, so I think it matches this color green. these newer pads by Stampin' Up! Were a little juicier. So that comes in handy. Let's trim this down. I just had a plan, just had a thought that for our reunion, I think I'm going to make up a bunch of these. Because hopefully, if my friends that still live there, I can give them cards to give to their kids or somebody else's kids that graduated from the same school. That will be fun. Go ahead and apply this with my glue, like the first one. It just kind of slides right in there. Trim this down as much as I can. Go ahead and place this on here. Then we'll put our blue piece. Like so. And then we'll put that right up at the top. Try to get it right to the edge of the black. Like so. And then we'll do the inside of the card. Congrats, grad. And you did it. Great. have to turn it over now anyway. Let's see. I have my Tombow Mono Sand Eraser. That's always helpful. Yes, it takes off the whole first layer. You could hardly see that anyway, actually. I can cover that with a star, sort of, I guess. No, that's fine. It's fine. I can put the stars wherever. Actually, it's probably better if I draw the eye away with the star. Oh, there's one. It was hiding. So there's the inside of the card. And then I'm going to be covering that smudge up anyway. There. Now I pulled out another kind of gold. This is mustard gold. Okay, it says it down here at the bottom, where this one says it right here. So this is a newer one. It is called mustard gold, and I think it goes really well with this pattern paper. I bought these for St. Patrick's Day, but that would work for Christmas too. Or any time you needed some gold on your card. So there's that one. That's from my alma mater. I will, like I said, I will save this and then make some more so that when I go to my next reunion, I can have a bunch to hand out. So let's put these aside to dry so I don't wreck the Nuvo drops. I am so want to do. Let's get some more black. Yep. And we're going to emboss. Oops. 1/4 by 5. No, I know what I did wrong. Okay. There. And there is our beautiful piece. You can use it either way, embossed or debossed. So because we already have the mortar boards here, I'm not going to be using this piece. I'll just turn it over and use the tassels. I think I will cut this down so we have a little more view of the mortar boards. So let's do 3.5 by 4 3/4. Isn't that cute? All right, put that on. And because these are so much tinier than I thought, I can use these on a sentiment piece. Let's go ahead and stamp the inside of the card. Again, we have to think, I want to think about the colors of the mortar board. They don't always have to be black. So let's do gold. I think I have a piece of gold in my scraps. Ooh, that's shiny. It's really cool, isn't it? Let's see what. And then I'll just use black for the ink. I'm using my VersaFine Onyx Black. There we go. Okay, just like so, and then we're ready to go. All right, let's get out the die cut machine again. And there are some, especially graduate schools and professions, that have white caps and gowns. Let's find another piece. There we go. I can use this to stamp. And we shall use black. Oops. And then because this is white, I will shade it a little bit with my alcohol markers. It's so tiny. So I'm trying to decide, use some matting, but yet I don't know. I know I have some I have a long piece here. Should we do that? Yeah, I think we will. 4 1/4. It's a little big. Gonna cut off just a little bit. Do we need the stars? I'll just cut the stars off. Like so. Yep, I'm gonna have to trim just a little bit of that off. Right in the middle. Now let's take my alcohol markers and I know this is really tiny. So I will bring this down. Would that be enough? Let's see. Let's put just a little bit. Like that. I'm using my Saddle Art 60+1 blender set. So where is my glue? Right here. And then I will also put on the pale gold. No, the bright gold. Let's see, mustard. Yes, let's do the mustard gold. Over in the corner. Okay, here's the let me decorate the inside of the card first. And I don't. Let's cut this and put some of this in the inside. Okay, let me raise it back up. How's that? You did it. How cute is that? Okay, here are my 3 cards made with my fun products from Amazon. I will link those down in the bottom for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish your graduate the very best. Bye-bye.